Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is episode 12 in my creation kit series. Okay, last video I was gonna make a butcher's table, and I got in this creation kit and I got this other idea and I went with it. You're gonna have that happen a lot. Don't be, if you get an idea like that and you say, well, I'm gonna go with this, go with it, man, because that's where your creativity comes from. Just go with it. But when you're making this test cell, don't get too creative and too complex and everything. You just starting out, you want to go with just the basics. That's what I keep telling the people that I'm teaching how to do this. You know who you are, Petite and yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up Creation Kit, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we got Creation Kit open here, and what we're going to do is I am going to build my butcher's table. So I'm going to click on my warehouse, my custom warehouse I made. I'm going to open that up. And I'll give it a second here, let it go through all its errors. Just always click yes to all, no big deal. I click on that. I'm going to move this over here a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to find my while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and turn my lights on so I can see what I'm doing. Alright. Now, I'm going to make a butcher's table, so what? Right? I'm going to make it in these areas here. And what do I want to do? I've used Nord tables. Those are pretty good. Let's try something else. Let's go with an altar. Yeah, an altar. Go with an altar. I'll slide down. I'll click on all, and we'll get this. And now you'll see the furniture, like the altar of Molag Bal. That's that right there. You could use that. You could use something like that, I guess. But it's up to you. I'm gonna look at the different altars and decide what I want mine to look like. Well, I could do something like that, I guess. Yeah, but that's not really what I want. Let's see. Okay, I'll slide down here. What's this? Dragon Priest altar intact. Preview. Oh, hey, that's kind of cool. Not what I want, but that's kind of cool. Ruins altar. Oh. Ruins altar broken. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. Because I'm gonna stick with the. Then we got an unholy altar preview. Let's look at that. That's pretty cool too. That's pretty cool. You could use that if you want to. But I'm gonna stick with the ruins. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop that in there. Pretty big. Go ahead and move that up. Push F to drop it to the floor there. And that's actually a lot bigger than this table here. So I want to shrink it down. Go ahead and shrink it down to about like that. That should do the trick. As you can see, it's off the floor again, so I want to make it a little bit bigger, like that. Push F to drop it to the floor, move it in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna center it over here, and it's okay that it's on in between them two floor pieces, because I'm going to just delete those. So Alright, I got that part right there. Now we're going to make a butcher's table, so we want to put something over top of this here to, you know, like a cutting board, but it'll let blood go through it. So let's try dock. We'll type in the word dock there. Let's try this. Wall to docks inner. Let's see how it looks. No, that's not what I want. Let's try dock ramp. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that right there. Move it around. It's actually about close to the way I want it. It's thick enough. We'll go ahead and move it up. And it's kind of thick. That's okay. I'm going to have to think about my placement here, and yeah, I'm going to leave my snap to grid off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it right there. Shrink it a little more. And that's good. Right. And then I will take and drop it down. It's okay if it goes, as you can see, it's not exactly the same size, but that's okay, because I kind of don't, for what I'm thinking about doing here, I kind of don't want it the same size. And it looks like maybe I can go this way just a little more, and then I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate it so that I can put this over here. So that gives me a raised, slightly raised, you can see it's slightly raised up off of there. That's kind of cool, right? And we're going to go ahead and select the floor, duplicate it, push Z, move that duplicated piece of floor up. I'm going to go ahead and, just like I did with my cutting board, my other cutting board that I made, I'm going to place that in there. Make sure it's upright, and we'll go ahead and shrink it down some more. That ought to work, and place it right there. And probably gonna have to do this. And we'll go ahead and get in close so we can see what we're doing here. What I'm basically trying to do is get it to where it's just right. Ooh. Remember what I said, it's really touchy. If you see how it clips through the top there, now I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring it up a little, just like one, and that's fine. That ought to work. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that there. Because when you're in game, you're not going to, if you're getting right up on it and looking and saying, oh, it's not perfect, if somebody's doing that, they got way too much fucking time on their hands, man. For real, that's probably a little bit too big. So we'll go down here. Again, we'll reset it. A little too high, just one up, right? That'll work. And we'll set it this way, and we will just duplicate it. And this is where you want to really pay attention to what you're doing. You want to have it even, but you don't want it too far over so it doesn't clip. And it looks like I'll be able to do 2 of them, so I'll select that too. Remember, just hold control, and then I'm going to duplicate that. See, if it gets too far over, there's a clip, it will clip. And I don't want any clipping on the cutting board. That ought to be good right there. Now, that's just our cutting board. Okay, now we got our cutting board. I could actually take and select them all and move them over a little bit that way. There. Centered up nice. We got us a cutting board. And over here, what we're going to do is we'll click out of that. Now, I need something to butcher. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in deer. And it will say you got your different kinds of deer. We got a char deer. And it's just not going to show up in the preview window. Excellent. Leveled deer. Let's take a look at that. Preview that leveled deer. That will be that. We're not going to worry about that. We don't want a leveled character. Same thing with an encounter deer. Because it's going to be, oh, that'll work. Yeah. Now we're going to take and we're going to duplicate that there deer. Now we got a duplicate. I'm going to name that deer 000 deer dead 01. Create a new object? No. Are you sure? Yes. Now, that deer, when we pull that deer across, and we put that deer right there, there he is. Yeah, but he's going to be alive. We don't want him alive. So we'll go ahead and we'll click on that there deer back in our object window and wait for it to come up. We don't want a live deer. Sooner or later, well, there we go. And it respawns, that's great. And it should say, here we'll go to stats. I'm looking to see if I can find me unique guest. Is ghost invulnerable and essential? This might not work. This might not work like this, so don't be surprised. This might not work. I might have to get rid of him. Yeah, because it's not like the characters here. Wait, I know what I'll do. I'll click on that one. That's where I'm messing up. I'm trying to do it over here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that one. And I'm going to go to... There we go. Right there. Starts dead. Okay. Now he'll be automatically dead when you come into the cell. We're going to bring him down. Now, I don't want him just standing there on the thing, because when he starts dead, he'll just fall over. So let's go ahead and have him fall over. Oh, click on your snap to grid. Let's go ahead and make him fall over right off the bat. Oh. I really have no idea why this is acting like this. We'll go ahead and drop him right down here to the table. He's not gonna he doesn't want to drop to the table, so I'm going to have to do it like that. Right? Okay. Now let's see if I can get it to happen. I'm going to push my W key. It won't let me. It won't let me moving. You can do this. You can move him that way, but I wanted to flip him over and put him there so he just would fall dead. But that's okay, because he's going to fall down dead anyway as soon as... I'll turn that off. He's going to fall down dead anyway when you come into the house. So you got to kind of think about what you're doing here. He's probably, I would say, he's either going to fall that way and fall off the table, or he's going to fall this way and fall onto the cutting board. Let's hope he's going to fall onto the cutting board. Alright? Let's just hope. What we might actually be able to do is, I'm going to try linking him. Nope, it's, well, it can, yeah. I'm going to link him to the dock ramp and see if that helps. So he'll just fall there, maybe. Alright, and we need something to cut him up with. This is all just I'm sorry. This is all just for, because we don't have the animations to actually have a marker there to have the characters come up and chop at the deer. I mean, you could put him on the floor and use the stab animation from the Dark Brotherhood for Aventus Arietinio, I guess, but we don't have a animation where we can do that on the table. So what we're going to do is we want to just use our imagination, and I'm going to type in the word steel. I'm going to go up here and I am going to find weapons. Weapon. And this will give me all of my weapons. Now I could put all this. This is just enchanted. A lot of this is the enchanted stuff. I don't want that. Skyforged steel war axe. Yeah, that looks good. Let's check it. We double click on it to open it up. Make sure there's no box that says playable. Yeah, there it is, and it's checked. That means it'll show up in the mod. Skyforged steel war axe. Yeah, and we'll put that right there. We'll twist that around, and that gives. We'll push the F button just to drop it to the floor, but see, it's stuck in the table, so it's dropping to that. So we're gonna go ahead. I got my snap to grid turned off, so it's all good. It's like part of the floor. I want it up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up like this, and then I'm going to hit my Havoc button. There, so it rests itself right there, and then I'll double click on it, and I'm going to push the Don't Havoc Settle so it doesn't move. So now I've got a butcher's table here. I got a deer that's going to fall down dead, and I got a table to cut it up with. But you know, I kind of want to give the impression that there's some blood. I want to put some blood on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in blood in the filter, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click all, and I'm going to go down here, and we're going to put some bloody rags over here. You know, because you got to have something to wipe your hands up with, right? Right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my snap to grid back on. Push F. Push F. And that will not drop. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. So we're going to move that over there a little bit. Like that. Click my Havoc settle. Like that. And we'll go back to this. And what we're going to see here is blood spray impact. Well, we're going to do that. I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to put it right there. Is that going to do what I want it to do? Nope, it's not going to do it. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Medium small looks good. Let's try that one. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to happen. And I'm going to move that up. I'm going to use my W key, and I am going to flip that over. See where that arrow is pointing is where the blood will be. Turn that off with the W key. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to put one there. Alright, that looks pretty good. Maybe we want to have us a thing coming up here to put the meat on. Alright, so that's where we'll remember when we did the cooking spit. I'll turn my caps lock off. Now I'm going to have the cooking spit here, preview that. That looks about like what I'm thinking I want to get. Do I want a cooking stand? We'll take a look at that. No, that's not what I want. I think I'm going to go with the cooking spit. Cooking spit farmhouse, and I'll put that right there. Right. There's a reason I'm doing this. You'll see here. I'm going to turn off my snap to grid. Get it basically where I want it. I'm going to move those over for right now, those bloody rags. And I'm going to go this way just a little bit more, and then I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Like that. And I'm going to go this way. Just like that. And I know it's all the way up there like that. I'm just centering it up to where I want it. That's good. I want to make sure it's going to be on the table. That looks good. Okay. My snap to grid's turned off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it down till it disappears into the table. I'll go ahead and move it around here, make it look like it's part of the table itself. There we go. Cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in food. And you'll get your list of food here. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to find me some venison. Meat. Venison. Yeah. Venison. Although I got to thinking about it, there is one place where... see there, I got my venison. That's actually an awfully large piece of venison. We'll go ahead and shrink that a little bit. And I'll go ahead and hit my W key. Like that. I got that right there, and I'm going to go ahead and move that up to about there, move it across until it's actually looks like the bar is going through the venison, right? Because it pretty much is. We'll go ahead and duplicate that again, do the same thing. The bar looks like it's going through the venison, just like that. It's not too bad at all. And we'll go ahead and select them both, and we will don't havoc settle that one, don't havoc settle that one. And what'll happen now is those will stay right, those should stay right on there. But now I want to have something to collect the blood, so I'm going to type in blood again, and let's see what we get here. Large rain barrel blood 0. Let's take a look at that. That's pretty good. What's the other one look like? That's good too. But there's a better one. What's this? Preview. Yeah, alright. So what we can do is we can take this and we will put that right there. And it's huge, man, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and shrink that bad boy down. And that looks pretty good. We'll put it about halfway out. We can actually make it a little bit bigger. And then we'll shrink it, slide it down to where it disappears underneath the table, just like that. So it's, yeah, so it's underneath just like that, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there, just like that. And now I've got all that, so I'm going to go ahead and click on my flooring pieces, and I'm going to delete those right now. Right? Now remember I had the blood pool. I said, ooh, look at this. It's a blood pool. Where'd that go? Large rain barrel blood pool. Blood puddle. Alright. And we'll go ahead and stick that right in there. And we're going to want to get in close. Now it just shows it as the marker like this, so we'll go ahead and increase the size of that a little bit. Kind of want to spin it around there. There we go. Maybe make it a little bigger. Right, and go ahead and move it up. Maybe move it up a little bit more, about like that. And this I don't know if this will actually work, but we'll get to look at it in game. So there's my butcher's table. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and put it in our house. Everything selected. Copy, and we'll click on the house. Let it come up like that, and we'll go up here and we're going to decide where we want our oops. Now if it does this, just let it do what it wants to do until you're done. Okay, we got this over here. I would imagine that I would put it right here, actually. I think I'm going to put the butcher's area right here. So we're going to go ahead and paste that bad boy in there. Move it around. Bring it up until it does that right there. Not too bad, not too bad. It's okay if you can, if you want to do it like this. Well, here's what we can do. Maybe putting it that close isn't on that, putting that on that side isn't that good of an idea, because putting this over here, because what we're going to have is lots of stuff there. What we can do is that looks about right. I want the barrel out enough, so I don't want to make the barrel actually part of the wall. There we go. Right there looks good. Okay, I'm going to click up into here, and since I got that there and that there, I want to move my bloody rags back over here. I got this here, got my deer here. My deer probably could move up a little bit. Yeah. That way he don't like fall in the table. Now to keep him from falling over here, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on static selection or static collection. I'm going to clear my filter. That way nothing comes up. And I'm going to type in noble, and I'll see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Bed, double static, noble bench, noble chair, noble chest, noble crate, cupboard, desk, divider. Right there, that's what I'm looking for. And I'll go ahead and I'll stick that noble divider right in there. Now I'm going to want to go ahead and going to want to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. There we go, and then move it down just like that. And I can go ahead and make it even bigger. Make it a little bit bigger. It's okay if it sticks out over here, because as you can see it's going into this pillar, so that's all right. Make sure my divider is centered up there. Got my snapped grid turned off. That's excellent. And I'll center it up a little bit. There we go. And that right there, that looks pretty good. Now, most people not going to want to see that kind of thing, but you know, it's Skyrim. Come on. If you can't handle a little bit of blood, what are you doing in Skyrim, right? So there's my butcher's table. Okay? And next video I post, I'll do some mod testing. It'll just be a mod test video. Alright? Alright guys, this has been episode 12 of the Creation Kit series. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And tune in next video for a little bit something else. Oh, I'm going to do a mod test so you can see what I've done. Alright, bye bye.